You're listening to the Full Phoenix Rising podcast. A church as a positive disruption for good. Full Phoenix Rising back again. Happy Monday. I say that because that's when the podcast is released. But whenever you're listening to it, hopefully this is helpful for you. One of the questions is, what am I here for? Who am I? What was I created to do? And people get wrapped up in this. I think part of the challenge is that we don't understand that there's actually 3 concentric circles that are like overlapping. It's like a Venn diagram, but I don't have a producer to draw funky diagrams next to me. So I'm going to explain it like this. The top circle is a who circle, and that is a identity question. Who am I? Here's the answer. You are a son, you are a daughter adopted into a royal priesthood with a good Lord because of Jesus. The identity question is a really easy one to answer. Okay, who are you? You are a child of the Lord Most High. If you know Jesus, that is your identity. So answering the question who becomes really straightforward. You have this profound connection to God created through Jesus, which means that you are a very special individual. You are created with purpose. You are created with joy, and there is goodness in your creation. So the answer to the who question is actually a super easy one. Son and daughter, connected by Jesus to God, you have a really clear who purpose. The second part of the question is an identity question. What was I created to do? Westminster Catechism of whatever calls it glorifying God and enjoying Him forever. But let's go with Scripture on this one and say that there is clearly in the New Testament a command to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. So if we take the 2 greatest commandments as a pivot point for your identity, so what were you created to do? Purpose. For your purpose, what were you created to do? To love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. Okay, so that is the second overlapping circle. And bear in mind, these do overlap. Okay, so the first one, identity, we've nailed that. That is because of Jesus, you have a very unique relationship. You are a son and a daughter of the Lord Most High. Purpose, what were you created to do? To love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And then the final overlapping circle in this 3-circle Venn diagram is assignment. Why am I here? What should I do? And the problem is when the last one becomes the first one. So when your assignment becomes your identity, you have big issues when you lose your job. So oftentimes we think that our assignment is the most important thing in our life. But our assignments are multiple. So I'm called to be a husband. That's probably one of the top ones. I'm called to be a father. And then somewhere after that, I am called to be a pastor or a radio host or a podcaster or a consultant. Like there's a whole bunch of other things that I'm called, a basketball coach on a Tuesday. Those are all assignments. But when our assignment becomes our identity, we get ourselves in real trouble if we lose our assignment and it's not our choice. So whether that be redundancy, whether that being fired, whether that be a layoff, that is oftentimes the biggest challenge when we start to feel like we've lost our way, because we've made the why of our life the who we are. So, who are you? You are brother, you are son, you are daughter to the Lord Most High, and that doesn't change ever. Not once does that change. What were you created to do? To love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. Why? Well, that could be a bunch of different things, you know? Is that there are unique giftings and talents that allow you to do things that I can't do. This is your uniqueness. Your why is your uniqueness. I mean, Simon Sinek kind of rephrases this another way, but your why is the assignment question, and that's actually the lowest. And if you keep the order right, and you've got who you are, your identity, you've got what you were created to do, your purpose, and you keep those two top circles in this overlapping Venn diagram of three circles, the number one and the number two priority, then assignment can change. I've been a business consultant. I've been a webmaster. I've been a student. I've been a radio host. Right now, I am called to be a pastor, but none of those impact my purpose and my identity. Don't let your assignment become your identity, because when you lose your assignment, you get confused about your identity. And the truth of the matter is your employment assignment is probably not the number one thing on your list. You are other things ahead of that. You are a brother, you are a sister, you are a husband, you are a father, you are a mother, and those things take priority over being a lawyer, being a mechanic, being a teacher, whatever that might be. And so my thought for today is to think about those circles and understand it's really clear who you are. It's really clear what you were created to do, but the why could be different for everyone. But don't let your why become your who. All right. Full Phoenix Rising for this week. Done. That's your thought. Go away. Process it. By the way, we've got a Discord channel now. Obviously, really helpful for promotion of this podcast is for you to leave a rating. That's actually really helpful. So if you do enjoy this podcast and you're listening in each week, I'd love you to do that. There is a Discord channel. I am terrible on socials. Sorry, by the way. This probably will be an episode at some stage. I'm trying to get better at it, but you can find me on Discord channels, which is where I do most of my interactions. I'm going to post this one, and then I'll link in the Discord channel on my social profiles. Check it out. It's now on Apple Podcasts. Sorry for the delay on that. Have a great week, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.